कैसे जाएंगे? Everything you keep looking. Damn smart you are.
You're live.
So you were saying what was go? It's 6:45. Are we
Yes,
live? Also?
apparently
What
we
the-
are live. But
And here we are.
We'll come.
Wow.
What is go? Was that at Chennai? No, that was
No, that's the Sunrisers.
What was that?
The Orange Army. Go, man.
Was it the worst song?
Jingle ever? It definitely
Worst
is.
team song ever.
RCB.
Go.
RCB.
What was wrong with the
Let's
RCB?
find RCB. What was the RCB?
You look at the 2009 ad. I mean, they've not had a very consistent team song.
You know what I said?
New camp. They have pictured it on. Everybody's flying through the air.
You're saying this to a Barcelona fan of all people.
So it's blasphemous.
Yes.
New camp.
How can you compare New Camp?
What? What the hell, man?
No. Your mic must be on.
Best song was Deccan Chargers.
Is it off?
I've switched it on and switched it off. Is it fine? Hello? Now it's fine now? Okay.
So one person says best song was Deccan Chargers. No, their song was similar. It was Go Chargers, go. I think SRH just borrowed that. They're like,
Go.
But they at least had a Telugu touch.
How many times was go used in that song?
12.
But tells me
12.
you counted it.
I counted it. Go. Go, here we go. We are the Orange Army.
but then after they're saying go, even in.
I thought for this would be one question
Yeah.
that Sid Cine will not have an answer for.
Apparently he did, but.
Answer exists to have.
Because I used to laugh when I listened to that.
No, unless he's bluffing and we don't know the answer and whether it's 12 or not and we are agreeing that it is 12.
Santosh Patil's agreeing 2009 RCB song. See, I have some people who agree with me.
But maybe
What's the
he's saying
worst
that's
song?
the best.
Yes.
Song, right?
Not go, not the.
But that song had a pretty nice hook. I mean, we're game for more, Royal Challengers Bank. So it's catchy enough. It works.
I agree. I think
Throughout UB City and entire, they are just cartwheeling around. That's it.
But then look at the Mumbai song then for that regard. They're constantly running around Mumbai.
His
It's okay.
level of hate towards RCB is another
Next level.
Okay, he's saying worst song CSK also. Okay, so that he's hating every team basically.
What was the CSK song?
Huh?
Whistle
Whistle
Pod.
Pod.
Whistle Pod is nice. No,
Ah.
that's not bad. Whoever said
Actually, but the old theme was a little generic. Ye hai Chennai, Super
That's the
Kings.
Hindi one, but the
Yeah,
original
that's
is
horrible.
English.
Yeah, but
the Tamil one's original.
Yeah, the Tamil one is much better.
I know.
They just made one randomly.
Ah,
The
Just like,
focus is on Tamil.
Exactly, yes.
What did they say in Tamil in that?
Yenga tala Dhoni ki periya whistle adinga. That good.
What does that mean?
It means whistle podu for our Tala
That's a
Dhoni,
nice,
yes.
catchy
Plus
word.
the classical musical
I like
instruments in that Chennai Super Kings theme song makes it a different level already. They have the gadam, which is the mridang kind of a thing. Then they have the pot where they use it. And then the, what do they call it? I forgot the Tamil name. But they had, that hymn, that's a particular kind of a small organ, which is used in those festivals.
So they actually.
Amount of research is done on
Yeah,
this
but
song.
you also have to give credit to CSK. They're actually keeping in touch with the local flavor.
No, that they do.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
they have to, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
because-
one local team.
Hmm.
They are so touchy about anything from the outside that they will not take it lightly if it's.
If there's no inside representation.
No?
It has to be very local. What? No.
We are local and global at the same time.
Yeah, but I think that is the hallmark of any really successful team. No successful team is only going to be built. I'm sorry, if you're a Spanish football fan, you'd get the reference Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah. They only take local players.
Exactly.
The Basque country.
Basque country. This thing.
Exactly. Ooh, that's a very
That
touchy
is,
topic.
but CSK. Well, by the way, after all the fun we made of his faded yellow jersey last
Today
time,
he's come in like full
today he's wearing
CSK
a nice
mood.
and bright.
he's
it's
even got the
brighter than
Dhoni.
MS
Yeah.
Dhoni's jersey.
Exactly.
He's broken all records.
I know. When we did the fantasy, we were wondering Chennai Super Kings is a little.
That the yellow on the back was very dull.
Yeah.
He's shining bright.
My thing was bright. The nameplate is yellow. And of course, tribute to the Australia women's cricket team also.
The
Yes.
record 7th World Cup. Wow.
7 out of 12 and 5 out of 6 ICC World T20s.
Next level dominance by the women.
And in 2 years, in 5 years, just 2 ODI losses. That's it.
Can you think of any other international team with similar dominance?
Maybe the All Blacks, New Zealand, rugby.
Not that dominant. Not that.
They had it, but in
yeah, it was only for a brief period.
brief. Maybe.
I think the Chinese table tennis team.
Oh yes,
boy,
my
yes.
God, yes. I remember doing some research on that.
Yeah.
There's insane. I think they actually had to change the rules to have less people come from the countries because the
Country,
Chinese
yes.
were playing. They're contesting the
Gold,
bronze.
silver, bronze.
They were contesting the finals. They're contesting the third, fourth place playoff. So
Everything.
Maybe South Korean archery,
South Korean archery is another interesting one.
Kenya and steeplechase.
steeplechase. Ethiopia in marathon.
In the marathons, yes.
And maybe Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls when they did the
Yeah,
three-peat.
for that no, but I'm saying like
Sustained.
throughout, yeah, not like brief periods, which is why I discounted
Very
the
different.
All Blacks. as
Yeah.
well. But like consistently, I think steeplechase, Kenya, table tennis.
If you're talking
China,
sustained dominance, then Ferrari 2000, 2004, 5.
No, but
that's individual
phases.
sports.
Now, then
Yeah.
there was a time that Red
Okay,
Bull was-
Mercedes 2014 to 21.
No,
8
I'm
years.
saying one sport.
Yeah, I don't
always
think that.
dominating.
Yeah, that is
like
interesting.
Australia has in the women's.
Women's cricket team.
Yeah, women's cricket, they have been the benchmark for a long time
Yeah.
now.
That's
And
right. Only table tennis, China, steeplechase, Kenya.
Kenya.
These are
Marathon.
the
with you.
Koreans, the South Koreans,
Koreans
in
in
archery.
archery, like that. That's how dominant they've been.
Indeed, indeed. Anyway, 350th match for MS Dhoni today.
This is
T20.
Jesus, wow.
Yeah.
350th. What is the relevance of that? Just ran 350.
It's a nice sounding number, right?
Nice
It's a round
sounding
little
number.
number.
Perhaps
That's
a
about it.
special day. The Jeans might break.
375th, 400.
Yeah, 400
Thanks
is
to
a
Lara.
nice level.
Thanks
Oh,
to
good.
the Prince.
Prince.
400, that has a different significance there.
Yeah. And
But
next,
today's what the battle of the kings, the Super Kings versus the Kings.
who are currently paupers.
Yeah, they're currently 7th and 8th in the standings.
Is CSK going to go up or?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Today's
Yes.
the day.
Yes. Despite being told, please, sir,
Don't
not support Chennai. They lose. I am still going by it. You can't take the yellow out of me.
Yeah,
please.
absolutely.
I was
can't
even
take-
told, reverse jinx it. Say Punjab.
I said if he says Punjab and Punjab wins, then he's doomed.
I'm doomed.
Don't try this. Try it in a neutral game. That's the best.
KKR am I? I'll do that.
You
for that.
at the current rate, your jinx is so strong that you will actually make KKR defeat Mumbai, which rarely if ever happens.
Oh, I know, but such is my power, an alternate universe.
What is happening today in terms of playing 11? Chris Jordan, I don't think is still available for Chennai.
Yeah.
Adam Mill, 50-50. We don't know whether he's fit
Besto
to
could be available for the Punjab
Besto,
Kings.
yes, I was just going to get to Besto. So Adam Mill is not available. Let's finish Chennai first
Yes.
because he was injured, did not play in the last game. Then you have Chris Jordan, who I believe was admitted to the hospital, so was not feeling really well. I don't know whether he's been discharged. So most likely he's not going to be available.
So this is Mumbai
Then
Benny?
let's turn our attention to the Punjab team, and then you've got Johnny Besto, who's now available to be part of that playing 11. But the big question is, will he play? I think he will, but who does he replace? So the four foreigners that Punjab have been playing so far are Kagiso Rabada, Liam Livingston, Raja Pakshe and
Odean Smith.
I think Odean Smith will be the one who drops out. That's
Odean Smith.
I would say Liam Livingston. Why? Okay, he's got that 11 crore price tag. Agreed.
Yeah.
But he has not done anything with the bat or with the ball. We are looking at the bowling option also as Livingston.
as
a
a spinner. Yeah.
But he's not done much. So Bairstow will add more depth to the Punjab batting, which they missed against KKR.
I'm going to be a devil's advocate on both sides. First, let's talk about, you said Liam Livingston, right? Could be the one who goes out. If that was to happen, Vaibhav Arora is going to get
Vaibhav Arora,
debut
yes.
for Punjab.
So maybe Harpreet
Punjab
Brar
King.
goes
That
out.
is, yeah. So the one big news right now, Vaibhav Arora comes in. Quickly find out about him soon,
Yes,
because
yes,
I will
yes.
bring that. Jitesh Sharma is also going to come. Actually,
Very
Jitesh Sharma is
interesting.
the one that I was hoping should have been part of that playing 11. I had actually put him in my playing 11, in the likely playing 11s that we made before the start of the IPL, because he's that X factor batsman that they needed. Has had a great domestic outing recently, has a very good strike rate. If I'm not mistaken, he used to be an opener, then changed it and started batting in the middle order. This is Jitesh Sharma we're talking about, and has really excelled in the middle order. So he's that X factor who can get you a strike rate of 150, close to 200.
His T20
That's what
strike
his-
rate currently is 141 if you go by domestic.
That's what. So 140.
Yes.
That's why I said Jitesh Sharma current T20 strike rate at 141, and this is what he was being spoken about in the domestic circle, because he was an opener. Let that position be. Usually, what you see, everyone wants to open, and
Yes.
because it's easier to get all those runs. He's gone the other way. From an opener, became a middle order batsman and has excelled. So rare talent. And I don't know whether Shah Rukh is playing. He got out for a duck, I think.
Yeah.
In the last
I
game.
think he will be playing.
Yes.
With Shah Rukh and Jitesh Sharma, their batting then starts looking very good.
Much better than it has.
And Vaibhav Arora, Siri,
Vaibhav
you have something for us,
Arora
Siri?
is not the first team he's playing for, by the way. 2021, he got picked by Kolkata Knight Riders.
He didn't play a single game.
Didn't play a single game. But in the domestic season that he's had for Himachal, 9 first-class matches, 30 wickets.
Wow.
So he was, and even in the Mushtaq Ali, he did pretty well for them. So, but I was hoping that Rishi Dhawan would get a go. Because Rishi Dhawan would give you, of course, he's been an IPL veteran, but in the form that he's in, batting and bowling depth, he could have given to the Punjab Kings.
That is what takes me to your other point, because you had said, okay, Besto comes in, as we're getting to here, he'll be available for selection. Who goes out? You had picked Liam Livingston because of the bowling option. But I think why they may look at an Odean Smith is because if you're getting a Besto in, I think that extra spinning option they don't have. So they were going with a Harpreet Barar at the moment, and then you had
Arshdeep.
Spinning
spinner
option.
Spinning,
was,
Rahul Chahar.
Rahul
Chahar,
Chahar,
correct. So
yes.
one leggy and then one Harpreet Barar. So the third spinning option was
Liam.
Livingston. Whereas if you look at fast bowling option, they had more.
Yeah.
They had an Arshdeep, they had an Odean Smith, they
Rabada.
had a Kagiso Rabada. So that could be the area, because they can get Sandeep Sharma.
Sandeep Sharma in, yes.
Yeah, that was the
That's
reason
what
why,
they can-
yes.
yeah, that's
So if Odean Smith goes out, then Liam Livingston bats at 6.
But the other side of my brain tells me to take Odean Smith out is also risky.
Risky. You lose that power hitting in the depth.
Yeah, and
True.
Liam Livingston, what has happened is, he's not a bowler that's going to bowl 4 overs, you
True.
know that,
Yeah.
you may give him 1 or 2. The other thing is his batting form actually coming, it's not just this IPL where he hasn't scored, just coming into this IPL, I believe he hasn't had a great batting form too. Where had he been playing? Pakistan Super
Pakistan
League?
Super League. Yeah, he hasn't been batting well there also. And even in previous IPLs for Rajasthan Royals, he didn't
set the world on
stage on
fire.
fire. Yeah, exactly. So Livingston is still living off that knock of 350 which he made in some county match, second division county match, 350 in a OD one-day game.
Oh,
Since that time, I had talked to him at that time. He said IPL is a totally different beast altogether. I don't want to be judged by that.
Yeah.
Then he was bought by Rajasthan Royals. But it seems like it's a double-edged sword. Liam Livingston, if he's picked, he may bat lower because Johnny Bairstow will be at 3.
yeah.
But if Livingston goes out, then Odean Smith gets a bigger deal because he helped you win one game against RCB while chasing.
True.
Yeah.
And Chennai's bowling, let me be very honest as a CSK fan, it's not too intimidating at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because
to put it mildly,
to put it very mildly, because the Indian contingent has no experience. And as I said previously, Deepak Chahar will not be available until April 25. Worst case scenario, May 1.
my question is, why doesn't Chennai look to play a leg spinner when every team has got a leg spinner? Why is Chennai so reluctant to play a leg spinner? They have a
Prashant Solanki.
Yes, Prashant Solanki, a youngster in Prashant Solanki who's done well at the domestic level.
Yes.
I think he's 22 years of age. He made his first class debut this year itself,
year.
but had a good outing.
Yeah.
Why don't they look at that?
I know, it's pretty surprising. I think apart from Chennai, everybody else has a leg spinner. Maybe Mumbai. Does Mumbai have a proper leg spinner?
Murugan Ashwin.
Yeah,
Murugan
Murugan
Ashwin.
Ashwin.
Of course. So Murugan Ashwin is the Mumbai spinner, but it's very surprising. The Indian contingent in the CSK lineup is so brittle on experience.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. You remove, there's even KM Asif as your backup.
Yeah.
Rajvardhan Hangargekar is just this thing. Bhagat Verma is a bowling all-rounder.
Yeah.
See Hari Nishant again, but they have not had IPL experience. Throwing them into the deep end in this kind of a game, and they're already 2 games down, it will backfire. I honestly believe it will backfire.
And CSK, even in the past, when they would blood younger players, always made sure to surround them with experience. So it's never a case of you're throwing 3 youngsters in there and hoping that they fire.
Exactly. That's where that one guy that we're seeing in that squad, Deepak Chahar, his
Okay.
absence is.
Toss has happened. We'll quickly update you.
We
with
know
the
what's gonna
toss.
happen.
Chennai has won.
won
They
the
will
toss
bowl.
and They will bowl. They should bowl.
They
but
will
that's it.
bowl. Let's see. Look at the smile. Jadeja is smiling.
Jadeja is smiling because they won the toss, Chennai, and
And they
they
bowled.
decided to bowl. Okay, quick comments I want to take from our family members who joined us. Darshan Jain says, Nikhil sir, I am from Hyderabad. I feel bad when you all say that Hyderabad has won only once. For fans, it doesn't matter who the
They've won
owner is.
2, correct.
For us, Hyderabad is 2 times champion. I
That's
completely
true.
agree. We all agree. I don't know, Darshan, you may have confused us with some other YouTube channel. we've always said they are 2 times champion, and we are fans of Hyderabad. Yesterday, Sid was wearing an orange jersey, and would you believe it? I have actually picked Hyderabad in my top 4. As much as I got trolled for that because they're still at the bottom of the table and not many have given them a chance, I think they've got a good team. You never know.
Yes.
Once their full strength of foreign players are available, may look like a different team. Galaxy Warrior says Vaibhav Arora is a re-swing bowler. Reverse swing.
Reverse swing. Yeah.
Re-swing. I was like, this is a new term.
Yeah, re-swing.
Okay, Abhishek says Thalapathy Vijay Beast movie going to be a blockbuster. Please,
Of course. Thalapathy Vijay, if you don't, if for other people, Vijay, if you've seen his movie, The Master, Vijay Master, one of the greats, and he literally sets the stage on fire each time he enters. He's replaced Rajnikant as one of the bona fide mass greats in Tamil cinema at this point in time.
Wow.
He and Vijay Sethupathi, if I have to.
Vijay Sethupathi I really like.
Brilliant
what a
actor.
Fantastic actor.
Yes.
I saw Super Deluxe
National Award winner.
where he plays that
Transgender.
Yeah, transgender actually.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Vikram Veda.
Then I saw him in that other film, that Tela Se Biryani. I don't know if you've seen it. He makes a special appearance right at the
Yes.
end.
But you have to watch Vikram Veda. He and Madhavan.
Yeah.
Brilliant movie.
By the way, interesting news from the toss. 2 things.
Chris
One is
Jordan is in
Chris
for
Jordan is in
Tushar
for Tushar Deshpande.
Ooh, and we heard that last he was in the hospital. May have just gone for a checkup or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite possible.
So, Rituraj, Robin, Moin, Ambati, Jadeja, Dhoni.
No, but they had to get a bowling change.
Bowling
They really
were saying
need it.
either Mill or Jordan has to come in.
Yes.
Maybe Mill's not fit completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most likely.
And so they've
not.
gone with Jordan. And we were actually baffled that they were not playing 4 foreigners.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
And
now they
needed
are.
to.
Today they are playing 4.
Yeah, so who was Tushar Deshpande has gone out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
Chaudhary bowled decently well
Yeah.
in the last.
And he's a left armer.
a left armer you would need.
Yeah.
So the best thing I like about the toss is Ravindra Jadeja, once he won the toss, he was asked, what do you do? He first said, ha 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 ha. Because he's like, do you even need
Do you
to
really
ask
ask
me
me
what
that?
I have to do? We are bowling. We are trying to keep things simple, he says.
Yes.
We are an experienced team. We back each other and every player. One change, Chris Jordan comes in place of Tushar Deshpande.
One interesting thing worth pointing out that Matthew Hayden, while he was doing the pre-match this thing, he actually when he was asked who would be the player of the match, he pointed to one of the ground staff and said it will most likely be one of this fellows here because they were spraying an anti-dew agent on the field. How effective that agent is, of course, remains to be seen because they've tried everything.
It's not been effective. They've used it in the past. I know
Exactly.
that they've used chemicals in the past to control the dew.
It's
It
never
doesn't
really
quite
worked.
help, no. Maybe marginally may help. It may not be Niagara Falls. It
Or
may
a
be
swimming pool.
One small fountain.
It might just be a splash in the
Yeah,
thing
but
somewhere.
still, dew is going to be there. What did Mayank Agarwal say? He says, looks like a good surface for batting, so we want to put runs on the
No
board
best.
and let the pressure play. Couple of changes. He's got Vaibhav comes in place of Harpreet Barar, as
Well,
we said. Jitesh Sharma comes in place of
Raj
Raj
Bawa.
Bawa, who went to have a great outing in the 2 games
Yes.
that Raj Bawa played. Vaibhav can swing the ball both ways, so he is someone we are really excited about. Jitesh can tonk the ball. So this is something
Yes.
that we had said about Jitesh Sharma. He definitely can tonk the ball. So he comes in, and yes, there is a bowler they've gone with in Vaibhav or
Vaibhav
Raj
Arora.
Bawa. Actually, if Raj Bawa wasn't bowling, I didn't see any need.
Yeah.
Need for him, yeah.
Yes.
And hasn't been great in batting.
With the bat at all. Yeah.
So, Jitesh and Shah Rukh Khan, like you mentioned, number 5 and
Wow.
6.
You just look at Punjab's batting. Mayank Agarwal, Shikhar Dhawan, then Rajapaksha,
Livingston.
then Livingston, Shah Rukh, Jitesh Sharma, Odean Smith.
That is
Oh
a
boy.
very aggressive
1,
batting
2,
lineup.
3,
Very
4,
aggressive batting
5.
lineup.
5 guys, average strike rate of 150.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason. So we know this for a fact that Punjab have made up their mind in the 2 games that we've seen them so far. They will be that team that doesn't matter if you're losing wickets, they have to maintain that 150 plus
Strike rate.
So
Yes.
that's the kind of diktat that the team has. I believe it's come from the coach himself in Anil Kumble. He wants the team to play like that. So that's the model that Punjab will continue to follow, which is why if you see their batting lineup, that's the kind of batsman that they've got. Besto, I'm guessing maybe because he's just come out of quarantine,
Yeah.
may want to give him some more time before he
In
comes
the
into
nets,
play.
yeah.
Or do you think they just couldn't fit him because their earlier plans was that we'll have Rajapaksa out and then he comes in.
But Rajapaksa has
Rajapaksa
done
is-
incredibly
Is
well.
that-
Yeah.
Could that be the case?
That might be the case, yes. They'll give Livingston probably one more game to see whether he can recover.
Okay.
But I don't, if he fails in this, then I think Bairstow is coming.
Then they might just drop him for a couple of games.
But I am more interested with with this matchup between Arshdeep and Rituraj. Arshdeep has always troubled Rituraj, and the strike rate that Rituraj has against Arshdeep is just over 110. 20, he's bowled 19 balls to Rituraj, only 21 runs.
Also, Rituraj has to get some form going. I wonder whether it's the injury. Remember, he was getting injured while being selected for the Indian team. I wonder if that injury has taken its toll and he's then a bit rusty getting into form. But he needs to fire. 2 games he hasn't.
But if you look at it, Rituraj is actually a slow starter if you have to look at it. 2020 and 2021, he only started showing his form once the middle stages of the tournament
To
were
be
done.
fair, in 2020, he barely got a game in the first half.
Yeah, he got it.
But then
he
he
got Corona before that.
He got
Oh,
Corona.
yeah, he got COVID before that.
He and Deepak Chair both got Corona.
Yes.
And then after that, he ended the tournament with 3 consecutive 50s.
Yes.
In 2021, in the India leg, he didn't do well. But when it moved to UAE,
He was
in
doing
his
very,
own
very
league.
good.
Much like Venkatesh Iyer.
True.
Yeah, indeed.
And much like Venkatesh Iyer, as
He's struggling for here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Their paths are very
have been
similar.
Exactly similar in IPL so far. Okay, quick comments I'm going to take. Ashirbad Kundu is saying CSK will lose today. I don't know whether he means it or he's just trolling Singh.
Must be.
Could be either. We're loving it anyway, Ashirbad. Thank you for your comment. One comment from Satyam Sharma, who's a regular watcher, says, guys,
Hi,
isn't the
Satyam.
camera too far? Tell you why, Satyam. I don't know whether you want to see our close-up. We're not worth the close-up. Also, we want to show you a nice fancy studio with lots of jerseys. So
that's
why
one of
we
the
done
main
it.
reasons.
So we thought we'll keep it far, but you know what we're going to do? We'll do another angle which is closer, and then I'll tell our producer in Shivam to keep cutting it between the close and the long shot.
Of course.
Would that make it better, Satyam? For you, we'll do that as well.
Correct.
Nirupam Yadav says, Tilak Verma looking very dangerous, but Raj Baba did not understand Naren bowled and then both came from under 19 team. Give reasons why they both look different. Okay, Nirupam, I'll try and answer that question. The difference is Tilak Verma played under 19 a few years earlier, well, and then his actual claim to fame, why teams have been picking him, why Mumbai Indians have picked him, is because he did well at the domestic circuit. So he's done well there, playing with the big boys, and that's when he has been selected, and that's why he's doing well. Raj Baba, fresh out of the under 19 World Cup,
Throwing him
maybe
into
a year or 2 year playing at that level, maybe that is when he could really, take his time, get experience, playing against, as I said, slightly tougher oppositions, better bowlers. Then he may come into him. Again, I don't think you need to write him off. I think he's very, very talented. We saw that at the under 19 World Cup. But again and again, we said don't have high hopes from these under 19 cricketers going straight into the IPL. Let them spend some time, as Tilak Verma has. And that's how he's,
the flip side of that question also. Just an example is Prithvi Shaw. 2018 under 19 World Cup winning captain got fast tracked into Delhi Daredevils. Made a test debut, scored 100.
What do you say, Delhi?
Delhi Daredevils.
At that point, they were the Daredevils.
2019 they changed to Capitals.
Correct.
So he got fast tracked into IPL. He had moderate success in the
And the
Indian
test
cricket team. He made 100 on debut
Against Windies, yes.
against the Windies. But look at his journey since then. It's sustainability.
If you're talking about them, then again, I think a similar example applies to Shubman Gill, Shivam Mavi, and Kamlesh Nagarkoti. All three were picked by KKR. Shubman is the only one who's had a modicum of success since Mavi's been struggling.
Yes.
Nagarkoti, very unfortunate, he struggled 2 years with injuries.
Yeah, indeed. But if you have to look at this current batch of 2020, the class of 2020, Ravi Bishnoi is very promising.
Yeah, but even from there, someone like Yashasvi has come with high hopes, hasn't really lived up to them until this point.
Yes.
And also, who's the guy in SRH? I'm forgetting his name. Also,
Riyan Parag is Rajasthan. Abhishek Sharma.
No. From the same batch as
Priyam Garg.
Priyam Garg, yes, correct.
Priyam Garg,
Another
yes.
one.
Thanks, Shivam.
Yes, thank you, Shivam. Another one who had very high hopes, kind of struggling. So, I don't think it's fair to judge them off the IPL performances because under 19 is here and IPL is it might just be a domestic T20 league, but the level is as high as international level cricket because you have some of the best players in the world who will consistently be turning up. You can't judge a 19-year-old being thrown into the deep end like that.
Yep. Okay, Aryan Natani says, fun fact, Rahul Chahar is yet to concede a boundary. I don't know whether that's right. It may be true. We'll check on that.
He didn't concede a boundary against KKR.
Observation by Aryan Natani.
Wow.
So we'll check on that. Yes, Shane, what were you saying?
I'm saying he didn't concede a single boundary against KKR. Even when Russell was going hammer and tongs, he was playing out Chahar. So that might actually be true.
Okay. Taha Kazmi says must win performance for CSK. They have to play very good cricket because Punjab is a very, very strong side. That is true. It's a must win game for them. But Praveen Akurati is pointing out that finally CSK have won the toss. So is that what they were looking for?
Could be.
Primarily, that was the one reason, yes, because they batted first in both games, lost.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first time they are chasing. But again, it depends on their bowlers. How much, because see, they'll be, if they concede 220, 230, then even chasing might be an issue. But I think they have got it all covered up. Today we may not be needing Shivam Dubey to fill up that fifth bowler's quota.
Yeah.
Because see, Pretorius, Jordan, Bravo, 12 overs are assured. Jadeja and Moeen with due not so much now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bowl their full quota because in the previous
Dubey
game
wasn't supposed to bowl there because
Exactly.
you got your calculation that you gave him. Again, as I said, unfair for Dubey also. Who's not
Very unfair,
regular
yes.
bowler. His job, I think, is to get the runs. He got that 49 at a strike rate of whatever 167,
close to 180.
Yeah.
180 it was.
So that's what you want him to do. Online Khobor says, love from Kolkata, love back to you.
Kaur
He
bol
says,
aur wo jeet bo.
Punjab hari jabe. Harbe.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's
You
easy
understand
political
that much
loss.
Bengali?
Yes, lovely.
So yeah, that you've just made Sid's day, who gets all his predictions wrong. And there is a meme coming your way on our Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to that, go look for Sports Today. We had one meme that's done really well of Siddharth yesterday. There's another one coming your way of Siddharth always getting his predictions wrong. So how he's been doing it up until now.
Oh, and before we forget, I need to make my Gamezy team because
Oh yeah,
Please don't
the
forget to-
Gamezy app. Not too much time left for the game to start, so you could make your team now. Then you can even make another team in the middle of the innings. That's what Gamezy allows you to do. You stand a chance to win up to 5 crore in prize money daily. Go to our descriptor link, click on it, and download the Gamezy app. Because you do it via Sports Today, you will get a lot of benefits, as in extra money that Gamezy will add onto your account.
Oh boy, yes.
Please, Jadeja only toss captain. Oh, Jaideep has got a big statement he's making. In
White
that one
anting.
line,
Yeah.
saying he's only the captain for toss.
Yes. We all saw that in that game, isn't it?
What I'm getting to hear is that in that game, because there was a lot of confusion as to who took that decision to give Dubey an over. Apparently, people at the ground tell me that the decision was made by Dhoni and Bravo. They decided. By the time Jadeja would come from the outfield, they'd already decided that he's bowling. So they
what
sent
sort of
him out.
captaincy is this?
This is not captaincy, this is white anting.
What is that?
White anting. I read this term during Tim Payne's captaincy tenure. It was Tim Payne only as the figurehead captain, but it was Steve Smith taking the decisions.
You know what else this reminds me of? I don't know. We're going way back here. When John Wright was the coach at KKR, he proposed that ridiculous multi-captain theory. Yeah, John Buchanan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He printed that ridiculous multi-captain theory. I think that's what we're seeing here. Figurehead captain with 2 other captains behind taking all the decisions.
No wonder the late great Shane Warne couldn't stand John Buchanan.
Of course.
He really. I
Just
don't.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I did an interview with Shane Warne.
Wow.
And I asked him, dinner with Steve Waugh or John Buchanan? Choose one. And he said, oh boss, this is a tough question, I can't answer. With neither. He just couldn't stand the two of them. I think he picked Steve Waugh at the end. Between the two.
Which tells you a lot.
How much he hated
Because Waugh almost had his career at the crossroads when it comes to one. 99, he didn't pick him in the West Indies and in the World
he
Cup.
used to hate this holier than thou attitude that Steve Waugh had. So he mentioned like things like he went to Wimbledon wearing a baggy green. He's like, that was a bit too much. It's not that we don't love Australia,
but come on,
showing off like he's in Wimbledon wearing baggy green. Come on. So he didn't like that version of Steve Waugh. Okay, quick comments. Ricky Bhargava says CSK does not look like the team that qualified for playoff. No, does not look like a team that will qualify for playoff this year. They all have retired players, expect some not. But Ricky, they've been doing with retired players and still reaching IPL playoffs and winning titles as well. We pointed this out earlier, but I have to agree, I did not pick CSK in my top 4 this season. I'm not asking this question to Siddharth.
If CSK wins today, they are in for a Rajnikant dialogue.
What?
I will only if they win.
Ooh,
Only if they win, I will give them. It's a very
CSK
iconic
win,
dialogue.
You better come to Sports Today for our post-match show because Siddharth, as always, has always filmy connection, so he's got one for this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going ahead with Ankur Datta's comment. He says, sorry guys, couldn't join you from the start today, but we'll stay with you till the night post-match show. Ankur, you have just made our day. Thank you so much. It's okay if you couldn't join us at the start. Whenever you join us, it's fine. So he's going to be watching all our shows, and we hope to enjoy your company and your comments and your
Absolutely.
questions. It just enriches our discussion as well, all you guys who join us. Satyam Sharma says, today Siddharth sir will be surrounded by mosquitoes because of the bright yellow color that he is wearing.
I am surrounded by mosquitoes, beat any color. That's the Delhi air for you.
Actually telling you, our studio is in Noida, and
Yes.
Noida is notorious for its mosquitoes, more so than Delhi.
Yeah, I think last night when Siddharth and I were waiting for our cab to arrive, Siddharth was literally swinging his bag around to keep the mosquitoes at bay because there were so many of them.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I have to
horrible.
take extra precaution because 4 months ago I had dengue. So I have to really be careful. And that's why a full sleeve shirt even in the peak of
Yeah.
summer.
I can see Shane making his fantasy team quickly.
Oh.
He's on
Yeah.
Gamezy app right now. I can see it in the corner of my eye, making his team.
Indeed.
Okay, Benjamin Andrew Stokes is saying love from the Andamans. I don't know whether you're joking or you're really from the Andamans, but if you are, love back at you. I love the Andamans. I've been there a few times for holiday. Havelock Island is my favorite. So I've stayed there a few times.
Wow.
Done a bit of
Isn't he
deep sea diving.
Wow. Isn't he supposed to be playing for England? What's he doing in the Andamans?
Enjoying his holiday.
Oh.
Benjamin Andrew
Andrew
Stokes.
Stokes. Wow.
Kunal Singh wants to know, is Deepak Chahar in? No sir, Deepak Chahar will be available at the end of April.
Yes,
At the
April
earliest.
25 or worst case scenario, May 1. By that time, Chennai would have already played 9 games.
Yeah. So they'd have to keep themselves alive at the very
You have
least.
to at least win 4.
Yeah.
Because the cutoff, I feel, in the IPL for teams reaching the playoff is 16.
16 is the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
And you
18
need
is a guarantee.
8 wins. 8 out of 14 you need to win. If you lose this, you're playing catch up from this year, from this point onwards. So this game is very important for both. Because if Punjab lose, they are on the same plane as CSK. 3-1-2.
Yeah.
And if CSK lose all 3, then goodness me.
Okay. Sridhar Savaikar says, do you think CSK should play one of Tikshana or Solanki depending on their overseas combination? They really lack a wicket-taking spinner.
Yes.
Completely agree. We've discussed this a lot on Sports Today. Tikshana, in fact, was a pick that I made even at the start of the IPL in the 11 that we're making. And you don't need anybody else other than Muthaiya. Muralidharan, once he says that he's a future great, then you don't need any more validation after the words of Muthaiya Muralidharan. And actually, they're not picking. We keep talking about the death bowling problems of CSK. They've not been picking a lot of wickets up in the power play.
Either,
This
yeah.
is where Tiksana can really come in handy. And Solanki, a leg spinner, again something we spoke about at
I know.
the start of this program. That is something they will look at. Maybe they're okay with just Jadeja.
Jadeja and Moin. You are a left armer, you are an off spinner. Would you want to do the whole gambit and play a leg spinner? Off, leg, left arm, all are
The
covered.
problem is that Moin and Jadeja haven't really bowled that much in the last
Yeah,
2 matches.
they haven't.
So, I mean, I don't
Because
know.
see, in the first game, the target was too little.
Yeah.
So they couldn't get all their overs in.
Yeah.
And in the second game, due.
Yeah.
Like Stephen Fleming said, Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Harsh Patel has an interesting comment because we keep talking about the captaincy, Jadeja and MS Dhoni. He's saying, I think there is an understanding between Jadeja and Dhoni about captaincy. So whatever we say becomes null and void. True. But even if they have an understanding, doesn't mean that whatever they may be doing is 100% right.
Yeah.
And as observers of the game, we're just sharing our 2 cents. You may like it, you may dislike it, and you may have another opinion, and we respect that as well. But you're right, of course they have an understanding. That's why, things are going forward. But is that understanding good for CSK? That's the big question. Some may think yes, others might not. Or maybe jumping the gun, they've lost 2 matches, yes.
But it's only been 2 matches.
Yeah, well,
so-
they go on, win next 5, 6, and then we'll all have to shut up anyway. So,
That's what. If they win today, one Rajnikant dialogue is coming up.
yeah. We're waiting for that.
Yes. Kunal.
Siri, Helena saying, Siri, your team is going down big time today. All in fun, but great show, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for that.
I don't agree with the first part, but second part
we
totally.
can always go for.
Totally.
Doesn't matter if you agree or not.
Kunal.
Bappaditya is here.
Oh, hi
Hello,
Bappaditya.
He's saying Punjab will win today. Shikhar Dhawan is my captain for the fantasy team.
Yeah, I made him captain in one of mine. Yeah.
I had in fact said pick either Shikhar or Robbie as your
Yes.
captaincy picks because a batter and that two experienced batters will do well for you. And
True.
Dhawan's record against Chennai Super Kings is superb.
It's very, very good. Yeah.
He hit a century against them in 2020.
Ooh.
So that's why.
knows?
And Dhawan is, I'm telling you, one of the most. He's not given his due. Not given his due.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely the most underrated T20I batsman in the
Every
country right
team
now.
that he has left has gone down. He left SRH.
They went down.
crashing
Exactly.
He left Delhi Capitals. Now see where
I know,
they're
I
heading
know.
towards.
Because Dhawan may not be this huge power hitter in the likes of Pollard or Russell or even Rohit for that matter.
No, but when he gets going, then
He
you can't
really
stop
gets
him.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the way he pierces the gaps and the way with the confidence that he plays with, unmatched in the Indian team even now.
It says a lot that alongside him, someone like Warner was always looked better. He made Prithvi Shaw look so much better. With
Exactly.
not just the batting style, but also the guidance from the other side
This is where Delhi is missing this. Delhi made a big blunder because
by
of
letting
this.
him go to. Yeah.
Yeah, SRH paid the price. Now Delhi Capitals.
Bappaditya
paid
Karan
it.
has congratulated us for 79k. We've touched 79k
not bad.
followers. We didn't
Yeah.
realize. So thank you so much for that. He says 100k coming soon. That's fine.
150k soon
Even
by
if
the
we
end of
were
IPL.
never to grow beyond 79k, we'd be happy. It doesn't matter, right?
We
We'll
will
still
come
keep
to
on.
150. Why
No,
79?
I'm saying we should. We will go
We
past
will.
100. But I'm saying even if we don't, doesn't matter. We'll
No.
still sit here and talk every
Of
day.
course,
Exactly.
of course, we will. We will.
So yeah, we would love for more people to join us. But even if they don't, whoever is with us, still fun.
Majja Madi.
What do you say? What is that Gujarat Titans thing? Avado.
Avado.
Let them come.
Yes.
So
Eh.
thanks for that, Bappaditya. Subhranshu Panda says, how would you rate Jadeja's captaincy from last two matches? We don't need to answer
Jadeja's
that.
captaincy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this Jadeja's captaincy?
Jadeja's
you refer to?
captaincy?
That itself.
Yeah. That's itself. That's answer.
self-explanatory.
Jadeja's captaincy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therein lies the contradiction in the question
Yeah.
itself.
Indeed.
He has one more question. Why are all teams picking to bowl after winning the toss? Simple. It's the do factor.
Do factor
Ball's getting
and
really,
chasing,
really
of course,
well.
you know the
Yeah,
you know.
once what the target is set, which anyway people like in T20 cricket, other than the due factor, then it's getting very, very tough for the spinners to come into play. And batting tends to get better with the ball a bit wet. It comes down to the bat.
Okay. Another PJ. What will be the batsman telling the bowlers? Do the due. Kacha.
Batsmen telling the bowlers.
Yes. Do the due.
No, I understand the reference, but why would they be telling the bowlers?
It's so easy to bat. That's why. In due, it's so much easier to
Exactly.
bat.
So why would they be telling them do the do?
Are we honestly picking apart the joke? Is that what we've gotten to now?
Yeah, I've learned to ignore it
Oh, no.
and not try and find logic into that.
Yeah.
But
PJs
credit to
are
him,
not
he
supposed
keeps
to have
coming up with
logic.
them every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
PJs are not supposed to have logic.
Yeah.
Valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
65, 81, 65 meter boundary. Wow.
Ooh. God forbid one of Odeon Smith gets going.
Akash Yadav has a question, wants to know. Akash Yadav of the Yadav fame.
Oh.
The one who pointed out that all Yadavs are doing well.
Of course.
But we missed out one in that who hasn't played. Suryakumar Yadav.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
He could
We
add
all
on
thought
to
he
the
could.
Lalit Yadavs,
Yeah.
Kuldeep Yadavs.
In fact, I had mentioned Surya in my news update today.
Akhilesh Yadav,
We've already
cracked
covered
that.
that.
Jayant Yadav, Delhi Capitals.
Jayant
Yeah,
specialist.
Jayant Yadav. Yeah.
Yeah, Jayant
Umesh
Yadav.
Yadav is doing very well.
Of course.
Beautifully. Yeah.
Yeah, so all Yadav. Akash Yadav, anyway, coming to his question is, by the way, Kunal Singh liked your joke. Sent a
Thank you.
laughing emoji about
Thank you.
I'm guessing it's for that.
I hope
We
so
hope
too.
it is.
Fingers crossed.
Akash Yadav's question is, do you think Gujarat is the best fielding side in this IPL?
It's hard to rate, but they were really good
So
yesterday.
he says Miller, Pandya, Gale, Tewatia, Shankar, Rashid, Ferguson, Abhinav. Shami and Aaron, he said, are okay. But yeah, the rest of them,
Most of them are very, very good in the field. So yes.
that is
Yeah.
true.
Shami does his job with the ball. I think you can ignore his fielding.
Harsh Patel is got my back. He's saying, Nikhil sir, don't go into logic of a PJ, but the PJ was bad.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I got my intention. Yes, I got the target. Bang.
Again, with Praveen Akurati, you're again asking about Deepak Chair. We already answered that at the start of the program.
Yes.
You need to join us earlier in our programs.
Yes.
Then we will give you the answer. So we've answered that earlier. Go back and answer it. Kunal Singh says, seeing Sri Lankan situation, don't you think that Sri Lankan players will receive a backlash from their country? That's an interesting question.
That is very interesting.
It is.
But you know what? I mean, to be fair to the players, what is it that they can do?
Yes,
I mean,
not like-
if it was like a war-like situation and you need the players to come and fight like you've got in Ukraine, where
Ukraine,
you've got
yeah.
these boxers also coming in.
Tennis
and
players.
That's another
yeah.
thing. Right now, it's an economic disaster that the country is going through. Maybe them playing here is bringing some money into their personal coffers, but again, it helps the economy. I mean, not directly, maybe indirectly.
Yeah, at most you could tell them that, okay, maybe you contribute a bit of money to the cause.
I think they should. They will, I think, make some sort of charity donation. But this is mismanagement from the government's part.
Yeah, it's not really their
Totally.
fault.
Needs to be looked at. Yeah.
See, there was, if I may not look at
Who
the,
expert, Sri Lankan expert.
there was a precursor to this, not in the agricultural, yes, the decisions made by Gotabaya Rajapaksa when it came to changing agriculture to organic and banning chemicals, that was catastrophic.
Obviously.
But we got a precursor of it 1-2 years. I mean, even Nikhil, you would have known the horrible state of the Sri Lankan cricket board.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lack of finances, they just cannot seem to catch a break.
Also, them succumbing to the Chinese grants and loans and allowing them to build everything.
For months, the Sri Lankan ground staff were not paid.
Yeah.
And we knew the horrible state of Sri Lanka's cricket finances because no teams were coming there. And the telecast rights are in Sri Lanka, we'd better not go there.
Yeah.
They were
They were
getting-
more than happy to accept a tour from a second string Indian team.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
itself should tell you.
That would have done wonders to their.
It would have really actually helped them a lot.
Yeah.
I know. So, if you look at it, the Vanindu Hasaranga, his brand value in the Sri Lankan currency, if you look at it, is more than 25 to 30 crores. And that is massive in the current Sri Lankan system at this point in time. So, we had that precursor coming in 2019, 2020 itself when it came to the Sri Lankan Cricket Board.
Yeah.
And even they have received ICC grants also, if I am not mistaken, along with
They did,
Zimbabwe.
they did, yeah.
So, see the situation. It was a precursor to what was going to happen now. And Suranga Lakmal had said they are not treating the current crop of Sri Lankan cricketers with respect. He had to come out and say, at least respect us
Yeah.
for playing.
That's sad because you had former
Yeah.
players also take care of the Sri Lankan board. Even then, things didn't improve. So that's
Corruption.
sad. Corruption is the
Total
issue.
corruption.
Parminder Singh is here. I remember Parminder. He's a big Punjab fan. So
Yeah.
what does he want us to talk about? Prediction.
Oh.
And he's going with his team Punjab.
Yeah, he will. Guys,
Yeah.
quickly start with Shane.
Okay, so I think Punjab will get 180, but it could be more. And I'm putting this caveat out there because I still don't trust either of the bowling sides. And one thing is for sure, which I will predict, whoever wins will be winning by very close margin. Won't be
So one prediction is from Shane. It's a close game.
And I think
And
it's
you see
Punjab winning.
180 and you see Punjab winning.
Yeah.
I've been called a black cat. I have been called every other names that's possible. Fans are telling me, don't tell the name of the team that I'm going to support because they're going to lose. I even tried reverse jinx and everything, but no.
Didn't work.
It is very clear. Chennai are ending the jinx today.
Today.
My jinx is ending today. I'll get that Rajnikant dialogue soon. So Chennai are winning.
Total for Punjab?
Total for Punjab 190.
Okay.
Okay, I know that team that wins the toss more often than not wins more than 95% I think in this IPL, but I'm going to again pick a team that is batting first this time. I'm going with Punjab marginally. I think Punjab will get over 200. Let me go with 205 and I think they'll win it against the
Okay,
Chennai Super
I think the force is with me. Nikhil is at 205. Whichever team has scored 205, they lose. I think the force is with me today.
Again, the brighter side could be.
Of course.
On that note, thank you so much for your company. We enjoyed discussing the game. Yes, Shivam, you want me to say something? No, nothing. I've already mentioned
mentioned
Gamezy. You were
Gamezy.
sleeping at the time. Yes,
Yes, he's already mentioned 5 crores. Middle of the innings, you can do 5 over slots.
Everything has been done.
So we look forward to your company in the middle of the innings, obviously at the end of the post match, and we'll do what we do best: talk cricket and enjoy. Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.